Testing, testing, 1, 2.
down, you know. I never want to watch this game, so yet, you know, I can't get the thing from my TV, you know. Come back. I mean, I get the thing back. Not in my phone, I get the game.
Why name they? You should ask Tucker. Tucker have me. Tucker will tell you now.
I get the back.
Let me just turn the camera, that's why.
Huh?
Yeah, man, it's a
I see a man feel.
No. Or this?
Oh, and feel?
No.
No. That's why I now get him on TV cricket power play. I just got me type in.
Yeah, YouTube.
Don't let so. That's why I now get him on. And again. Next week. No. Oh, you change them a week time?
No, the Paul did have scored a goal.
Okay.
Yeah, the other guy there scored a goal.
Okay. So probably next week I finish.
Right.
Alright. Now we'll get your number that you and every week one come. I depend the game them. I never want to
Alright, just press subscribe to this one.
Yeah.
Subscribe to that one, so and then when it come on you will know. And do the same thing with Anfield.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay. Pleasant good evening. Wherever you are in the world today, my friends. Cricket lovers, cricket here from the LAUDERHILL Sports Park. Trinidad and Tobago is going up against Guyana. While there was a little technical difficulties, but everything is A-okay. Thanks for your patience. Score at the moment Trinidad and Tobago had won the toss and decided to take the field. Guyana is Trinidad who decided to take first strike. For 25-4-2. After the completion of 4 overs, the score is 25-4-2. This is Gupta and Singh. The bowler is Ashok Touch. Bowling is leg break. A youngster who is doing very good in the South Florida Premier League.
Come, Riyadh.
You don't know respect me as young man. So at the end of the 6 over, Trinidad is 45-42. Season 17 and Utah is on 2. For 1 over for 10 runs, and Riyad Mohammed just bowled his first over for Trinidad 45-42. A beautiful evening here at the LAUDERHILL Sports Park. And I must remind you about there's a game coming after this game. We'll be starting at 7 o'clock. World 11 will be against India, Team India. That was it through corner. It could be going into the fence for 4. Yes, it is. We are in the fence for 4. 4 moves on to big 5-0, 50. TNT, Trinidad, Tobago. To move on to 6. That one was trickled on the leg side. Fielded should be just a single. Score moves on to 51-42, Trinidad and Tobago. All the way for a massive 6. I could see Riyad Mohammed just open his eyes and keep looking and looking and looking and saying, no way I can reach that. So another 6 there. Trinidad and Tobago moves on to 57-42. Singh, who is 23, Gupta and 7. Ashok Touch was doing the bowling. That one was played square of the wicket, fielded by that fielder down there. Oh, that's my friend Masood. You don't want to try to take a single against Masood. That one, another 6. Another 6 down to Lemon. And Singh is on the charge. He's moved on to 29 and the score to 6-3-4-2. So one more delivering in the over. Ashok Touch will provide. That's a better ball in place, square of the wicket. Fielded, no run at the end of the 7th over. Trinidad and Tobago 6-3-4-2. Singh is on 29. Gupta and 7. Ashok Touch had now bowled 2 overs for 28 runs. Riyad Mohammed will be taking up the bowling from the, and I must also remind you that while you may see all the overs are bowling from just one end, they are only doing that because trying to speed up the game. While Riyadh is trying to so it's Riyadh. That one was played in the covers and it run away in the front of the hole. That was a very good shot there by Gupta. He moves on to 11 on the score to 67.
I don't know somebody.
So after close reserve, ball pitching outside the next stop, so umpire made a good decision.
I don't know where one makes it.
Alright, let me ask you.
Yeah. Okay, is that when you're okay right now? No, I think like Farouk, that was Farouk doing back the ball. Farouk put that, I don't know, with the one that went
That's another massive six.
Pitch right.
While
Pitch
Sydney
right.
241 and the score to 86 for 2. Group turns on 17. They're in the end of the 8th over. Trinidad and Tobago 86 for 2. Riyad Mohammed has now bowled 2 overs for 32 runs. I should touch and go.
Walk across the wicket, bloom in the crease. And pass the ball out. How the ball will pitch out to the right to stop when the ball hits.
Masood will be taking over from Ashton Touch. His first over, Tobago up against Guyana. Remember my friends, so call a friend, tell a friend. Let them know the cricket is live and kicking and TVN Cricket Power Play. That's a good. That should be a catch. It went in and went out. That one was played square at the wicket. I should touch dive forward, but I couldn't be able to hold on. Catches like these need to be taken. This is not schoolboy cricket. While they're playing amongst catches, as they would say. On to 87. Singh is at 41. Gupta and 8. We're in the 9th over. That one was straight out on the leg side for easy single. And I must remind you, my friends, that just taking control of things while on field TV is unable to be here tonight. That one was played in the covers. It could run away. Now there's a fielder there who stops it and well, just settle for a single. Good there in the covers. Score moves on to 89 for 2. Gupta and 19 from 10. Singh and 42 from 23 with a strike rate of 182.6. Masood, who is known around South Florida and the US of A. Plays for, he could be out caught. Yes, he's out caught.
I didn't tell you, that's the man that called Masood, the veteran himself.
So Trinidad and Tobago have lost their
Realize that they want it up on the back, so they'll take it off the pitch. Tell me how Masood is here, boss. There was another wicket with Trinidad, 89 for the loss of 3. But when they come back by the 2 young batsmen.
89 for 3, Trinidad and Tobago.
Big 42 Singh, big up yourself, raise your hand, don't worry yourself. On this ground, that's 100, don't worry yourself.
Call your friend, tell a friend. Remind your friend to subscribe.
What a ball man by Masood Mohammed. Hold on to the ball when you get it.
I must say a big hello to Mr. Paul Howard.
What's my respect? That's the man Masood Mohammed.
Has some very important engagement to take take care of. The new batsman is Raheem. On that first ball, he played it over. Okay, we're just waiting for the umpire to make his signal. He just signaled 4. That was it over backward point. So Trinidad and Tobago is now 93 for 3 up against Guyana. Trinidad on 4. Gupta on 19. Masood Mohammed had bowled his first over for 7 runs with 1 wicket. Riyad, who had bowled 2 overs for 32 runs. 93 for 2 for 3, my mistake. Trinidad and Tobago. They are now about to start the 10th over.
Another old veteran is in the attack. I'm telling you, this Guyana team is balanced, well balanced, man. Hey, Max, when I get on this, I don't invent in the movie, okay?
So the new bowler is Joy Raghunandan. Also 6 there for Gupta. And Trinidad and Tobago has now reached 3 figures. 100 for 3. We are in the 10th over. That should be a wide, yes, signal by the umpire. Another wide signal by the umpire. What a shot! What a shot! Gupta and his name on this game. Beautiful shot. Signal for another ball. While the score moves on to 108 for 3, Trinidad and Tobago. Gupta moves on to 31 from 12.
They got it, come in.
Yo, fellas, if you want to go and tell the things straight back, man, and you can help throw out the balls, it's okay,
We have
man.
LAUDERHIll. National T20.
I don't know, fellas,
We're talking about night cricket here at the LAUDERHIll Sports Park.
let's give us the ball.
Starts from the 8 o'clock all the way down to 21st. Each week from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. of the beautiful LAUDERHIll Sports Park. Coming up later in Group A, World 11 up against Team India. World 11, you can look for players like Roger Tracy, Palmer.
Hey, my friend. What are we talking about?
On the United States international cricketer, Drysdale. You talk about pace, you gotta come and watch Drysdale. It's all about night cricket. Let's talk about Team India. Ricky Nair. Batman, you gotta look out for. Aniban will be there. It's gonna be a cracker. Later on at 7 o'clock. It's
So after the first
number 17, our friends.
14 for the loss of 3 wickets. I'm telling you, what a game, what a game. Is it going to be chicken curry or curry chicken? Let's see.
So at the end of the 10th over, score is 114 for 3, Trinidad and Tobago. Raheem Cunningham on 5, Gupta on 36. So while they make the switch for the next 10 overs, the new bowler is Idina. His bowling is 3rd over. 18 runs, 1 wicket. Trinidad and Tobago 119 for 3 up against Guyana. Raheem Cunningham and 6. Gupta and 40 from 16. That should go all the way. What a shot. Over covers. 4-6. Stands tall. Gupta just goes up on his toes and in it over covers. 4-6. That's a beautiful shot there by Gupta. He moves on to 46. Trinidad and Tobago 125 for 3. That's a good comeback there by Guyana. That one was started on the young man's there was a man wide on fine leg, so he was unable to catch the line, and strictly therefore the strike rate of 263.2. They get up to 54 to second, and they're going to get it because the fielder was a little bit slow. They were able to come back for the second. Trinidad and Tobago 131 for 3 up against Guyana. So at the end of the 11th over, 131 for 3, Trinidad and Tobago.
From the southern side, I'm telling you, this game, tell them, they can log in live, TBN Cricket Power Play. YouTube, check it out, tell them subscribe, and you can see all over the Caribbean, man. TBN Cricket Power Play, log in.
So while Masood continue in his second over, that one was just trickled on the outside. Square of the wicket, they picked up a single. The score moves to 132 for 3. Gupta and 52, Cunningham and 7. Score trickles on to 134 for 3, Trinidad and Tobago. That's another single. Good bowling there from Mohammed Masood. He just fired it in. So at the end of the 12th over, the score is 135 for 3, Trinidad and Tobago up against Guyana. Gupta is not out in 54 from 22. Cunningham at 8 from 7. Aidana had now about 3 overs for 30 runs, and Masood Mohammed 2 overs for 11 runs with 1 wicket. So it's a change of ball in the game from will be replacing Aidana. It's Samir Khan who would be. That one was hit hard and high. There's a fielder there, and he was thinking about jumping, but it was too far over the fence for another 6.
Boy.
Gupta moves on to 60. 23 balls. One for three, Trinidad and Tobago. Man is bowling his third over. One maiden, 18 runs, one wicket. Partnership with Norwood for 52. That should go all the way. All the way down to over mid-wicket.
This young man is brutal. He's dealing with Guyana.
Gupta move on to 66 on the score. 1-4 Trinidad and Tobago.
There he goes again, I'm telling you.
That's another hit here by
This
Gupta.
man is brutal, he's brutal. 150 runs Trinidad and Tobago, I'm telling
As
you.
they would say, now sees the ball as big as a breadfruit. Or should I say, as big as a soccer ball.
72.
72 from 26. 153 for 2, Trinidad and Tobago. That one in trickle square of the wicket on the leg side. There's a fielder there, they get just a signal. Score moves to 154 for 3. And Gupta moves on to 73. So at the end of the 13th over, Sabir Khan had bowled 3 overs, 1 maiden,
So Trinidad and Tobago
32
154
runs,
for
1
3.
wicket,
I'm telling you, man,
154
don't doubt
for
that
3,
man.
Trinidad and Tobago.
That man is dangerous.
Come back. Come back, come back. Come back, Max. No. 5 Max, 5 ball man. A 5 ball Max. So, Gupta is turning on supposed to be on strike. Gupta run 1. Cunningham is supposed to be on strike. They go the mic. Cunningham is supposed to be on strike. Cunningham is supposed to be on strike.
That's something he was bowling before. Right. Max! Max!
You see the ball here, so Cunningham, after the six, he get a single and Booker and Cunningham come and strike. The ball, you understand?
Yes, sir.
If Max hold on for the mic, I can't talk to him. Max, you hear me? One 69 to 2.
17 overs?
Yeah.
So while the score moves on to 177.3. The touch over is it's not that one. That was a good shot there by Booker. moves on to 84. While the score is 181 for Trinidad and Tobago. Currently at the end of the 50th over. Suriname at 24. Gupta at 84. 84 from 33. So while the start the 16th over, Condam who is at
ball from the other side now.
so while they reach 189.43 with the 100-run partnership between Cunningham and Gupta. Gupta who's at 84, Cunningham on 32. That single made it to 190.43. Prasad, who's the bowler, that one seems like it comes off the pad, but we'll wait for the umpire to make that signal. Yes, leg by. The score moves to 190, 190.3, Trinidad and Tobago. Gupta on 84, Cunningham on 33. That's a good bowling there from Prasad. From the end of the 16th over, 191.43. It will be Masood to should be his last over. Cunningham on 33. Gupta 85. 85 from 33 balls. Strike rate of 242.9. good shot there in the covers, but it was beautifully fielded. Sure saved 4 runs. Masood Mohammed. He's just firing them in. That one was hit hard and high. There's a fielder there. Let's wait and see. Robinson Tulu is look up and up and up and over and over and over and back and over the fence for 6. And Booker moves on to 91. That was a very good shot there by Gupta. And that's another one over the fence.
There he goes again.
Another
There he
6.
goes again. 97. The man is on 97.
The score is 200.
200 runs for Trinidad to be a 200 runs for the Trinidad Tobago team.
Masood Mohammed is feeling the blood from Gupta. Trinidad and Tobago 203.43. Gupta moved up to 97 from 38 balls. So let's see what Masood is going to come back with. And yes, he come back with a good ball, but we were able to get a single. So Gupta moves on to 98. Wow. Gupta inning 9-6 and 7 fours. That was played in the covers, and it's a quick single because the fielder fumbled just a little. So it calls for an easy single. Raheem Nam is doing a very good job of giving Gupta the strike.
Stop there. Dump the rope and come in. Put on the rope. Move the rope. You can put on the rope and come in.
And he could be out now. That's it, 100. Backward point area, there's a fielder there, but it was nowhere close. And the rest is the fence before. What a 100 there by Gupta. 102 not out. Wow. 102 from 40 balls. Strike rate at 255. What an inning there by Gupta. I know he will never forget about this inning that he played for all the inning that he played in his career. I know this one's going to be one that is way up there. The new bowler is Riyad Mohammed. That was played down to mid-wicket for a single. Ferdinand moves on to 35. Gupta and 102. I wonder if Gupta had just lost concentration there. That one, he could run away in the fence before. There's someone there, and he beats him in the fence for 4. And the score rushed to 214 for 3, Trinidad and Tobago. Gupta moved on to 106. Cut down, 35. Riyad Mohammed, who's bowling his 3rd over, 37 runs, no wickets. That one was over his head, but there's a fielder there down there at Lamar. That fielder is Masood Mohammed. Send a bullet back to the bowler, but the fielder was home safe. That was played out to mid-wicket by Counterattack. Score moves to 216 for 3, Trinidad and Tobago. there in the 18th over. Wow, that's a cheeky shot. That's a cheeky shot. You call that a television shot. Just reached out. That's kind of sweet. That's a paddle.
So after a rocky start, Trinidad to make it 220 for the loss of 3. The man Gupta is on fire, 111
So
over 44 balls. This young man comes to destroy.
The score is 120 for 3, Trinidad and Tobago. So it's Samir Khan, who is the bowling is 4th over. 220 for 3, Trinidad and Tobago. I would wonder if that was a catch.
What a catch by the young man. That's the second wonderful catch that young man taken. What a catch, Guyana.
Down on the mid-wicket boundary, dive squeeze right. And picked up that very low, so
What a 36 by the young man.
Ferdinand is out for
Out of Jamaica. Switch cap to Trinidad.
Trinidad and Tobago lost their 4th wicket, 220 for 4. Gupta is still there and Nelson, 1-1-1. That was a good shot here down to mid-wicket by James. That was a good shot here by Lyndon James, who had replaced Cunningham. And Bowden, that was right in the black hole, and he played over it and got it stuff back. So James, who is the son of the late great Lyndon James, who was the president of South Florida for years. He will always be remembered. But here's his son who had get his center stump knocked back. Wanda just got just one more over after this one. They're in the 19th over. So obviously he came in with the intention to hit every ball, but he wasn't thinking about missing just one, which he missed the wrong one. That was on his stump. Got his stump knocked back, so he's out for 4. The score is 224 for 5, Trinidad and Tobago. So Samir Khan now at bowl is he's in his 4th over, 1 made for 36 runs, 3 wickets. The new batsman is A. Mohammed. And he could be out. Who is going for it? Yes. Ashok Touch went for it. He got three fielder was really thinking about going for it. That Ashok Touch who end up takes a good catch because the ball was spinning, and even though it's night cricket, it's still sunny, so he didn't have much to say about the light. That was a good catch though. So Trinidad and Tobago had lost their 5th wicket. While I'm here, I must welcome a personal friend of mine, and one of gentlemen who is all over the news. Good age. Very good age. I let you know who it is. I'm going to give you the score again. 224-46. Me Kumar, who is at the crease. Gupta is still there at 111. I must say welcome, Mr. Ian Thomas. How you doing, sir?
And it's good to be here. It's always good to be around cricket. Wherever cricket some way or the other. So it's a good thing to be here in South Florida. Lauderhill, to be exact.
And while I must break from me, Sam is on a hat trick. And he's out, and he gets the hat trick. You can see ready finger. Could you please help me with this excitement?
It's excellent bowling here from Samir. 3 wickets in 3 deliveries. If you don't understand what a hat trick is, that's exactly what it is. 3 deliveries, no runs for our wicket. And this is very exciting. Shaping up like he didn't expect the umpire to raise the finger, but the umpire already knew that nice hot and a wicket to Samir, and a good bowling here.
Again, red finger just went up, and from here we can't exactly say that it's out because we are not really behind the stumps. But the and he raised that dreaded finger real fast. So again, Trinidad and Tobago lost their 7th wicket, 224%. And Samir still, oh, that was not, it's over. So we start the 19th over. And the 19th over went 4-6. First ball in the 19th over. It should be a catch. No, let me take that back because the boundary is not the fence. So if it's in the fence, then it's 6. What do you think, Mr. Thomas?
Well, what happened? The boundary is very close to the fence. Another floor here by just turning that one backward, and an easy delivery to be good. It was pitched outside the leg stump. That will just bring Trinidad and Tobago 234 for 7, and they're up against Guyana. So Gupta seems to be the man of the moment for Trinidad, and once he's not striking, then it seems like Trinidad keep losing wickets. So I guess they just have to keep Gupta on deliveries that we have there. 3 deliveries to go in a strike rate of 17.3. Quite a massive total here by Trinidad, 240 for 7. It's going to be a challenge to get that tonight. As we know, we start in the evening, but it's going to take us into the night. But we're looking forward for an exciting game in September with Guyana. I know they're not no rollover, so this is going to be an exciting game.
Well, what I must say about this, it doesn't matter who you're playing. 240 so far, it's a lot, and it's continuing to be more.
The mountain, as you can see, that's a huge 6 over mid-wicket there. Big hit there from Gupta. He is just pulling away, 100 easily. He's going to 133. He just need about 17 runs. I don't think they're going to bowl a no ball, but pretty much if he had to face those 3 deliveries that got 3 wickets, he would have definitely taken 150 today.
He has 12 fours, and then 12 sixes and 11 fours.
Wow. I guess Why I did not call the white.
That's it.
Batsman was wicked that it's a white, so he didn't want to run.
That's 20 over Trinidad to make a 246 for the loss of 7.
246 for
Guyana had a hat trick with a
Trinidad and
5.
Tobago. What a knock there by
So we got
Gupta,
lovely cricket.
133 of 50 balls.
Let's get one.
Of 66. Listen here.
But I'm telling you, that was an inning there from Gupta. He came out and he showed his class in terms of the way he played and structured his innings. He basically played a good delivery as it is, a good delivery. But as soon as you're offline, he's taking you to the park, and he did that quite well with a massive amount of sixes, fours. As you can see, the strike rate was 266. That's no normal strike rate. Not even Brian Lara, have a strike rate like that good. So, it tells you the kind of a player he is. Definitely we have devastated the Guyana bowling here this afternoon. So 133 plus 50 delivery. I think that may be a record out here.
I don't know if it's a record, but all I know is it's very good batting. Very good batting there by Gupta. Trinidad and Tobago, 246%. I think that could be a mountain. I don't know if it's a small mountain or a large mountain, but if you ask Guyana, they will tell you how high is that mountain.
Definitely, if you are
They call it two blind mice.
You have to go out and make just 20 over.
You call it two blind mice? Who were done and they were still
That simply means from the very first delivery, this team will have to go get going. 17.41 runs and over. It's no chicken of a task. It's a massive and Trinidad and Tobago definitely have to take their hats off to this young man here, Gupta. I cannot say it enough. 133 of 50 deliveries is just spectacular. It's a great innings by him, and here Guyana will definitely have to come up with a game plan, and this is not going to be the regular game plan. They have to think way outside of the box. They have to think about the lineup in terms of who's going to go out first. They're going to have to put heavy hitters right at the front. So that will obviously even throw off their batting lineup this afternoon. So let's see how Guyana will come out and attack this big total here at 246. As I said, it is a mountain of a score here.
What can you ask for? What can you ask for?
Lincoln, come on.
It's all about Gupta. All about Gupta. 133.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what field you're playing on.
Yes, sir.
133.
This guy in Southern Rat. You mean over the rainbow?
So why do you guys have to just about 10 minutes.
Over number 10. Over number 10? Yeah. And what time was it? How much you over him for? What number is it? You have number 3. Alright, let me tell you the number. All I total are 4 overs. I want to them going down. Give me more by them. 4, 5. Hold on there. Over number 5. Hold on. Okay, so I have number 5. What is next over? You have number 5, number 7. Number 7. Somebody have I have number 5 and number 7. 15. Yeah. Right. Sorry, 3. 3, 7. Sorry, he's 5. We can hold 3. what I'm not saying, I have a phone number 5.
Tell them,
750. Those are the over.
don't mess with that umpire.
Especially when you play.
When that's the ball, it's a dead ball that is.
Alright?
Yeah.
And then we get no runs. The ball is full over. So the guy will return it. Right?
Catch the ball, go back, get that day.
Big side man, right there. Because the batsman think he was a fielder. So I said, but make sure when you don't miss, move down on fire.
Let me back so I see me catch good.
You know when those guys take the continue,
Hold on.
roughly 81 minutes.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yeah, well, that's good.
Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2.
Hey, you're on fire, we're happy. He's happy like you.
Hey, come round and score this man. Come round and come.
No man, cool.
Come, it's nice and cool though, man. Come on, man. The umpires, what? You have a cheer for your man. Yes! Yes! Alright.
You know them guys,
Ball outside.
all outside leg.
If he was going back corner,
They was going around, but he was going around the wicket.
but the guy ended up in line at the wicket.
Yeah, but the ball,
The way ball licking first, man.
While we're still waiting on the umpire to make their way back out. Testing, testing, 1, 2.
I can't see exact score. Yeah. 247. Score. You having? We don't want nobody mess with the score them. A little more than make mistakes. Yeah, when we make sure we do, me no ask. Me look on the monitor. Oh?
So while we are just returned for the second half of the first game, Guyana will be chasing 246 made by Trinidad and Tobago. You got Rahman and Khan, who is at the crease, opening the batting for Guyana. So it's Mohammed who is opening the bowling. They start on the south side. Of course, they'll be bowling 10 overs from that end, then they switch and bowl 10 from the north. That's a short ball, and it was hit. He could be out. What a catch. What a beautiful catch on the fence. That one was slapped real hard, and there's a man coming off the fence and took a catch right in his chest. That was a very good catch there by trying to see the fielder. But Rahman has been out for naught, so Guyana is 1 wicket for no run.
Who took the catch out? Max, give me the fielder number, please.
tell you later.
And the new batter gone out there is number 9.
Guyana.
Keep eye on them. And keep eye on them. Yep. Bowler catch it.
So there goes another wicket for Guyana. 2-2-2. So it's Curry Duck right now. We're playing with Curry Duck.
Just keep eye on them. And new phone as well. But I can't find it. Supposed to. Yeah, make sure that NARs.
It's not coming up. Hold on. Nah, come on.
I can't find him name at all. Just keep an eye on them for me now, please. Think him what? Number 9 on him back? One ball, is it? One ball, no, we're not talking about this one. One ball, caught at the wicket. The bowler is A. Morgan. Masood, is Masood that out there? No, Masood out there.
So we just want to say welcome again to the night cricket here at Lauderhill. So it's Guyana versus Trinidad and Tobago, and if you just join us, Trinidad and Tobago made a massive total. I say it's about a mountain of a total, 246 for 7, and we have to give it up to Gupta, the man made 133 from just 50 deliveries. You know, and as a result, Guyana was put under pressure from ball one. And going out, they knew they'll have to take it to this Trinidad and Tobago team if they were going to get anywhere close to the 246. But Trinidad and Tobago also went back on the field with a plan in that they got 2 wickets in the very first 2 overs. So if you can see the score right now, it's 2 for 2. And we're in the second over. So it's definitely going Trinidad and Tobago way. You know, in the batting, as I said, they have amassed a total of 246 for 7 in their 20 allotted overs. You know, now that Guyana is going out there responding to that 246, which I told you is such a mountain. It's going to take not just 11 men, but probably 22, the entire squad, to get to this 246 that was made by the Trinidad and Tobago team. So if you ask me where you would put your money, I don't think anybody would put their money on this Guyana team. Not tonight, probably another day. So it's going to be a whole afternoon of cricket. So come later, we're going to have World 11 versus India. That's going to be also a big game. So, you know, it's a lot of cricket here in Lauderhill, South Florida. If you just at home feeling bored, just as I did earlier, and I decided to jump in my car and head down to Fort Lauderdale South, and this one is gone for 6 runs. So the first 6 for the Guyana team over mid-wicket. And I think that is Mohammed who would have hit that one all the way over mid-wicket for 6 runs.
Just hold on till not to start the over there yet because I didn't get who was out there, who was bowling. Give me 1 second.
So it's 2 overs completed, about
All right.
8 runs on the board.
Bowling. Bowler number with the bat. The bowler has number 8 on his back. Game on. Okay. Yeah, I know, but I need to. Just give me a second. Yeah, let me see. And then this here, edit that. Edit this one.
Sure you didn't knock somebody somewhere along the line somewhere. Right. Good.
So if you're just joining us for this afternoon,
All right, Max.
night cricket, it's Guyana versus Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago
What the new batsman out there?
batted first and made a total of 246 for 7, with Gupta, the star of the day, who got 133 from just 50 deliveries. And with that, he basically continued to pile on the runs for Trinidad and Tobago, getting them to 246. Now Guyana have 247 to win. They have already lost 2 wickets down, 12 runs on the board. You know, it's still an uphill task for them. You know, the pressure was on from ball one. They came out and lost 2 wickets in the very first over, and that's because of the pressure. They say pressure burst pipe. Well, it's happening this afternoon. And just a mix up there in the field, and batsman going for a single that wasn't even there. So back to the game of play right here. Cricket, lovely cricket. So good bowling so far from the Trinidad and Tobago team. That's after amassing a total of 246. putting this Guyana team under severe pressure. Definitely had to come out here in a no nonsense mood, trying to go after every single delivery from ball one. But guess what happened? Pressure burst pipe. They lost 2 wickets in the first over, and now we see they're struggling already at 12 runs to 2 wickets down, and we're almost at the end of the third over. Mr. Tucker, what do you think about this encounter here between these two teams?
Well, when Trinidad and Tobago had started, they started very slow. And no one would have think that they had reached 246 because they started very slow. So that's how cricket is. Sometimes you start fast, you end up slow. Sometimes you start slow, you end up fast. So you can never tell. You just have to wait and see. Trinidad and Tobago make 246. And I always think that if one team had made that runs, the second team can do the same thing. But we'll wait and see.
Well, well, Mr. Tucker, this is the only night I'm gonna disagree with you. I don't see this Guyana team making this 246 runs. If they had a player that would have made 100, I think they're already back in the pavilion. And to get to 246 from this point where 3 overs already been bowled, I really don't see that happening. They will definitely have to create a miracle in cricket at Lauderhill for them to erase this total of 246. But guess what? They say put your money where your mouth is. I know you're not a man to bet, but if you were to bet this afternoon, where would that money be?
Well, I can tell you if 007 was here, we're talking about our 007 who always be here at the Lauderhill Sports Park. If he was here, he would tell you that the fat lady doesn't sing as yet. Until that fat lady sings, then you can say, well, okay, they can't make it. But we'll wait on that fat lady because I understand there's a couple out there, right?
Well, guess what? That one that need to sing haven't make it to the park. Nowhere to be found. So
Sing and gone. She sing and gone over, She sing and gone over.
probably sang last week, but not this week.
Well, again, you got at the crease, you got Mohammed is batting, and there goes another massive six. Not just a huge six, that's a massive six. So we're talking about 20 like that. It's like, how far will we get it? But right at the moment, it's like Masood is on 20 from 11, and Rahman is on 4. 26 for 2, Guyana chasing, and Mamon 246 for 7, made by Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, definitely we know Masood. We know the Mohammed brothers. They're definitely great cricketers, and they are the type of cricketer who will give you a run for your money. We have seen that Guyana team when they put it together, and they come out fighting. And Mohammed definitely is not gonna go down without fighting. We see he's taking it on the bowlers already. At least I've gotten 2 massive 6. But I think for him to get there, he'll have to face every single delivery, and I don't think that's gonna happen this afternoon. But we're not gonna take it away from Mohammed. He's a great cricketer, great batsman, and if he gets onto the bowler, then he could take a few runs out of the over. We see he's doing that right now as we speak. So good batting so far from Mohammed.
And while everything is coming to, did I say a climax? No, not really. Um, but it's got to come down to the wire, I think. But we'll wait and see. But on the other hand, there's a few, it's not a question. I'm just going to throw something at you. We're talking about international cricket, but
Well, all right. So we see Mohammed just been put down there, and we learn about this part. The catches win matches, and if you start to drop a player like Mohammed, well, that could be serious business. And what that meant is that you could get your team down in terms of you see everybody already saying like, man, you should have taken that catch. We see what is happening out here. But it's a chance there given to Mohammed, see what he'll make of that chance. But as we can see, they're going at 36 for 2. 4 overs been bowled. It's game on here, guys. So let's see. It's a mountain of a run rate that is required. But as you say, it's not over until the old lady sing, well, or the fat lady sing. We haven't seen that lady as yet, so let's see what happened for the rest of the afternoon out here.
Yeah, and while I was saying this earlier, just a minute ago, I just want to ask your opinion on the cricket going on in the Caribbean. What you think about um, Darren Sammy and taking over as controlling all three games, test the 50 over and the T20. But I don't want you to comment much on Sammy. I would want to ask you, who do you think will be captain in the test side? We already know that Shayop is doing the white ball. Who you think will be the captain for the red ball?
Well, let's go back to Darren Sammy first. Darren Sammy, as we know, he's a great cricketer, a cool-head cricketer, and that Darren Sammy have proved to us that he can also be a great leader in terms of captaincy. We have seen him captain the West Indies, and we have seen the West Indies done well with him, even though we're still on a rebuilding process for the past couple of years. We still haven't seen West Indies to the place where West Indies used to be. I think the last of the West Indies that we have seen is the great Brian Charles Lara. But now we can see Darren Sammy coming in and managing, and I say coaching, leading this West Indies team. We have seen a lot of changes. We have seen changes that surprise many of us. We have seen changes that we also question ourselves. And right as it is, we have seen a little bit of conflict happening with past players and present um, players. Can cut that out. With the past players and current players, and we can see that with Darren Bravo and Darren Bravo, just with the change in the T20 captaincy, Darren Bravo would think that Robman Powell was a great captain in terms of this rebuilding program, but all of a sudden we see Sammy shuffle it up, and here we come, a new captain. And if you give, I won't be calling names right now though, but if you choose to give a particular person the captaincy, obviously you must have seen some leadership ability in them, or the previous captain must have done something wrong, for you to strip him of that captaincy. So there may be a lot that we have not learned about as yet, but as you mentioned now, the test team, well, I think is the same captain gonna captain the white ball team, test team captain. So, I would just think that is the expected thing. If that's the way we are moving, it would not be good to be seeing several people. It wouldn't show that we have a management team or we have a structured program if we have to be flipping and flopping. So I think we're gonna see a consistency, and Darren Sammy is making some changes, and I say it's within his judgment. He's a team lead right now in terms of the man who is managing the players on and off the field. He had captained the West Indies before, so we know he's a leader. The West Indies have chosen him in this current era. So let's see what West Indies, you know, will be within I see another year or two. Obviously, they are now rebuilding, and Darren Sammy definitely have a idea up his head that probably we haven't seen it, but let's see it play out. Well, all right, you hear the man in the box here. He called the name. I didn't call the name, but he said Shea Hope is gonna be the captain. Well, guess what? Shea Hope is a great cricketer. He's also a good leader. Darren Sammy chose him as a captain. Well, what can we do as West Indians? We just have to support the player and support Darren Sammy.
While you're talking about the three captains for the white ball and the two white ball and the red ball, um, I just believe that what Sammy is have up his sleeve is he want to bring the cricket back to where it was in the 80s with one captain. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I think that's what he's doing, trying to get just one captain for all three games. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think it's the right thing. At least two. I don't think Shayop want to play cricket. Want to play? Sorry, want to play Test cricket. I don't believe he want to play Test cricket.
Well, I just gonna say this. You know, if we're gonna find a leader like that that can captain all the various leagues and competition and tournaments that we have going from T20 to Test cricket, which Test cricket is a real model of cricket. I think that will have to be a very special player. And as we see, West Indies is still kind of scampering around to find that player. You know, it's not as you mentioned back in the 80s, where you have like a Clive Lloyd, as a captain and a leader. You don't have that Gary Sobers anymore. And the last we have seen, I said, is Brian Lara. And in this era, I don't even know if most of these players really want to play West Indies cricket. A lot of them is playing the money cricket. So wherever the money is, that's where these cricketers are going. And we have seen cricketers have left or leave West Indies to go to Dubai to play T10 short version and make far more money than they'll make in a 5 game competition. So, I think it's about the money. Who is serious about the cricket? I think there's not much loyalty anymore. Loyalty is more to the money and not the cricket. Big six here by Masoos again, going over mid-wicket. A beautiful hit by him. So he's taking his score pretty fast. He's about 44 runs from 18 deliveries. Good going by Mohammed. He definitely see what is needed and he's going after it. So I tell you about Mohammed. He's a great cricketer. He's a good thinker, meaning he knows the game quite well. He knows what is needed. And he's not going to be out there wasting any time. He's going to be out there playing shots. He's going to be out there trying to find the park each shot.
And while I tell the score, Guyana 49-4-2, chasing 246 for 7, made by Trinidad and Tobago. Rahman is at the crease on 6, and Mohammed is on 38 plus 6. That would be 42. Guyana reached 50. So while they're in the 6th over, the score is 50, 54, 54-2. Mohammed on 44,
All right.
Rahman on 6.
So good batting here from Mohammed. But I'll tell you one thing about Mohammed. We play against Mohammed several times. And if you pitch that ball just outside of half stump, going away, let him play a square cut on you, even though he's a good cut of the ball. But you don't want to give him that clean swing. He loves it right on the leg stump, down the leg side. He's a good left-handed batsman. And if you continue down there, just as I said a while ago, you're going to be finding every delivery going over mid-wicket. That's the type of batsman he is. You got to get the ball moving across. Masoos. Don't give him that type of length. He's gonna hit you all over. And 50 for him, good 50 for him. So again, Guyana, through Masoos is taking on this Trinidad team here. So, we gotta say Masoos definitely know what is required. He's going at it. So somehow I think you probably can bring in the old lady sometime down the line if it continues like this. But they just gave up that wicket. They should have taken the catch, and this is what happened when you don't take the catch. Catches win matches.
I think the fat lady had drove in Masood car coming to the game. So Masood know that he's there. That's another 6.
And again, another 6 on the leg side. Another 6. He will continue to treat every delivery this way if you continue to pitch on that kind of a length. Masoos is a player, you got to bowl it way outside the half stump. Better go for the square drive, but not that hit over mid-wicket or backward of square. That's his game, and they're playing his game right now.
And while I must tell you that the score is 71-4-2, the required rate is 12.6. And the run rate at the moment is 11.8. Masood is on 60 from 22. Raham is on 6 from 11. 71-4-2. Trinidad, Guyana chasing 246 for 7 made by Trinidad and Tobago. We'll be starting the 7th over.
All right, so remember I told you that the only way they'll win this game is if Masoos get all those deliveries. And if this Trinidad team continue to feed into his batting style, which is pitching down the leg stump or just on about leg stump, even mid-wicket, he will turn everything down into mid-wicket area, backward a square. That's his favorite shot. So what they gotta do right now is to keep Rahman on strike or give Rahman most of the strike, get Mohammed off strike if you're not gonna get him out, or if you can't bowl a consistent line that is going way outside of off stump. I'd rather they call a wide than give him a 6.
Well, what you said makes sense, but you're not the bowler. and I'm sure the bowler don't know much about Masood. Wow, that was hit hard, back past the bowler. Into the fence for 4.
Well, it's better he keep it on the ground and go over the fence, right?
Well, again, that's not Masood. That's Rahman, and Gupta, who is bowling his first over. Someone that just said he's getting some of his medicine that he had dished out, and he could be out. No, there's a fielder there, and he stopped it just inches from the boundary. They picks up a single. I don't know if it's a good idea for him to give Masood the strike, but we'll see now.
Well, guess what? It's a different bowler. He's a great batsman, simply mean he knows how to concentrate. He definitely seemed that he know the game. That's Gupta. If he can bowl the ball the way he batted the ball and had worked out Masood, then he would definitely see Masood as a man who goes down the leg side. So just keep on keeping it on the half stump, way outside the half stump, I would say. Let's see. That's what he did. And there he goes. Only a single. That's the way you have to bowl to Masood. Outside that half stump. Let him go searching. So good start here from Gupta. He did well with the bat. Now he's coming and trying to do his best with the ball. So right now 77 for 2. You know, Guyana definitely started in their game going. You know, they came out, knew what they needed, but lost 2 wickets in the first over. They have definitely put on a partnership here. And Masood, not Masood, but Gupta going with this one. So now you gotta contain 2 batsmen. You know, it's all now up to the bowlers.
Well, as I said, Gupta is feeling a little of what he had dished out earlier. But I must also remind the viewers and the listeners, if you're just joining us,
Osanali.
it's Usanali who is the bowler, not Gupta. Gupta bowled 1 over for 29. Usanali is bowling his second over for 18 runs. Rahman is on 17 and Masood Mohammed is on 61. 83 for 2, Guyana chasing 246 for 7 made by Trinidad and Tobago. While they just complete the 7th over, the run rate is 11.9 and the required rate is 12.6.
Alright, so from here on, every dot ball will count. And every 6, every 4, again, will count on the other side. So it's definitely a game on here. It's who is better at working out, you know, a tactical move. You know, they have to use their bowler quite well. And that's the only way, you know, to get ahead of this game is to bowl dot balls. So let's see what they're going to be doing from here on. The 7 overs being bowled. So if it's Singh that is coming on, Singh is pretty much a good bowler. If the same Singh I'm thinking about, you know, he have been around, you know, especially here in South Florida for many years. He knows the ground quite well.
I hope he won't be singing in the bowling because Masood is here waiting.
Well, he'd have played many games against Masood. You know, let's see if he have any clue who Masood is. Well, I think he has an idea who Masood is, but the only thing is he don't know where the wicket is, and he's bowling so wide, you know, not even the keeper had a chance to go across. And
Sorry, guys. That's Mohammed. A. Mohammed.
so it's A. Mohammed, you know, just a little correction. It's good to be corrected. So, you know, A. Mohammed is a new bowler, not Singh. But he definitely picked up on the move. He's trying to bowl deliveries outside the half stump, just beat Masood just outside the half stump. And those are better deliveries to Masood, is to go outside the half stump, not down the leg side. So if you can see what I'm saying, Tucker, Masood, not that he's struggling, but he's not getting that free hit as he's frequently would if you pitch on the leg stump. So you see two balls outside the half stump and only a single. There was a third ball, but that ended up being a wide. So, if the bowler, they just need to work out each batsman and bowl that line, a decent line, and, it could be a really good game, interesting game. Because then you'd have to have Masood start, there's a T20, so you know that those unorthodox shot is going to come into play. Not a wide delivery here, and that take Guyana up to 90 runs for 2 wickets. So this bowler, even though he seems to know what he want to do, but he's not doing it consistently. Easy single there to mid wickets, and the score goes up to 91 for 2, and we're in the 8th over. So a required run rate of 12.7, not impossible. Well bowled by him.
That was a good ball.
Yeah, anything outside the half stump to Mohammed is gonna be a good ball. That's the only weakness he has, is just outside that half stump.
You can see that he was opening up to launch, but that came down right close to his toes. So we were able to drop the bat on it. Let's see what the bowler is going to do now. That was a very good over.
Not a bad over from the bowler, and you can see that he has it kind of worked out in terms of he realized what the batsmen are doing, and he's trying to get the ball just outside that half stump, outside that zone that Mohammed seems to be picking easily. So, good bowling from him. I have to give it up to him. Other than the two wide balls, wasn't a bad over at all. So far, wide ball have accounted for six wide balls, so forth. You don't want to be giving away extras in no form of a game. Extras can come to hurt you, because simply mean you have to bowl the ball over again.
That's Kumar.
So instead of a 20 over, you just see that there's a 21 over. So you give me the advantage, extra
new
over.
bowler who had it's Kumar, Davin Kumar, will be taking over, and he was greeted with a massive 6. I guess Kumar wasn't paying attention to the over before and realized that you can't bowl on the mid stump to Masood.
With Masood, you have to be bowling at 5th stump and just contain it inside the box so you don't be a wide. That's where you have to bowl
While
at Masood.
Masood reached 68 plus 1, Lesman row, is that what they call it? 69. Now he's in 70, so the score is 99. 99 for 2, Guyana. Chasing 246 for 7. Rahman is an 18. Masood in 70. And he could be out caught.
It's too fat.
That falls into no man's land.
He needed another leg on there. He couldn't get to that delivery.
I really think that it should not be the bowler catch. Someone should come off the fence. It went, as I said, it burst the sky and came back down. But the bowler tried.
I think the way Masood is batting had allowed him, that advantage here. They had to open the field. So I would say that's another chance for Masood. It hit the hand and it seemed like it hit the middle of the hand. It was pushed over the fence like a goalkeeper type of style.
That one he couldn't do this. Yeah, it was too high. It was too high.
So
That's why he has to do this.
I think it should be a catch that should have been taken again, but another drop catch, another 6. And this one is in the air.
And
Will
let's
they
see
take
now
him?
who's going to take this one.
And he's down again. So this is getting really ugly out here. 3 drop catches, and 3 times they have dropped the man who is making all the runs. The man who is Mohammed. He's making the runs and he's getting all the chances. What will stop him from just swinging? Because they're not taking the catch. So, as I said, if they lose this match, they gave it to the opponent. That's all I could say. Because you can't get easier catch than that, and it was put down.
You know, I can remember in some games where the fielding team decide that they won't take the catch because they want the batsman to stay in and bat because he's gonna eat up all the balls. But this time, it seems like the batsman who is making the runs, they don't want to get him out.
Well, you know, if I had to say something, I'd have to go and check this player pocket, for match fixing. They're just putting down easy dolly catches. That was a dolly of a catch, and definitely, I would say if I was a bowler, I'm playing against 12 instead of 11.
While the score is 110 for 2, Guyana chasing 246 for 7.
Okay.
Just about the start of the 10th over. The target is 247. The run rate is 12.2 and the required rate now is 12.5. So it's getting close to that required rate. So it will be Cunningham. Raheem Cunningham will be bowling the 10th over.
So here we have a Palm Beach Hurricane player, Raheem Cunningham, a youngster, a very motivated, very educated, a youngster who I really respect, come here, do his college here, university.
When it's your luck, it's your luck. When it's your day, it's your day. I think it's Mohammed Day.
Definitely Mohammed is having a fun time here. He's hitting sixes all over the fence. He's getting chances, being put down even when he lobs it like a dolly. They seems to put it down. So why not enjoy it? This is I don't know why Raheem Cunningham think he could bowl that kind of a delivery to Mohammed and get away with it. It was just like taking candy from a baby. Short in the middle of the wicket, and he just take it, pick it up, and hit it backward a square, 6 runs to him. Another, and it will continue this way. You continue pitching that length, that line down the leg side, leg stump, mid wicket. That's it. Leg stump, mid wicket. That's it.
You know what I'm afraid of though is do they have enough balls? I think they're gonna run out of balls though.
Well, Masood is going great guns, and why would not? That's the delivery you have to bowl to him. And we can see it every single time we mention this. Every time you see that delivery outside the half stump, Masood struggles. And as we just see, he just let it go by. He said, that's not the delivery for me.
So Masood moves on to 77 from 31.
So, so there it is. If you want to contain Masood, you have to bowl outside the half stump. You have to bowl 6 wicket and just inside the box, not to be called a wide.
My mistake, my friends, is like Masood is now on 93 from 34. Roman is on 22. The score is 127 for 2. And that one was hit hard. There's a fielder there. Let's wait and see. No, he spilled it.
This is a joke of a cricket game right now. There should be at least 5, 6 wicket down. there's still 2 wickets down. There's so many drop catches that you really have to wonder if we have some match fixing going on out here.
129.42 and it continues. That's another one.
Masood is having a game here, a night here, a fun day.
And that's
You know,
100 for Masood.
we have to give him a
That's
clap for
100
that.
for Masood.
So a quick 100 from Masood here. You know,
From 36 balls. A strike rate.
277. So he's tapping the strike rate of Gupta, who had a strike rate of 266. He got 133 from 100 from 50.
So at the end of the 10th over, the score is 135 for 2. And the run rate now has been changed. The run rate is 13.5 and the required rate is down to 11.2. With Masood there, it seems like they'll be cantering home before the 20 overs, but we'll wait and see.
Well, as I said, if they lose this game by any chance, any mean, they only can blame themselves. They put him down 3 times, and it was like 3 difficult catches. It's relatively, I say, 2 easy catches, and we see them spilling it. So Masood had taken full advantage of those jab catches. He made himself 100 from just 36 deliveries. That sort of a strike rate, you wanted that man back in the pavilion a long time ago. But guess what? He's still out there. As I said, if I was the bowler, I would feel I'm playing against 12 every time the ball go in the air.
So why is he not bowling? That's another 4 down to cow corner by Rahman. He's moved on to 27 and the score to 139.
So if you watch Roman, he is steadily moving his strike rate over 100. So his strike rate is 122. Remember, he started pretty slow, but he's getting the confidence himself because he realized that if they're not taking the catches, then guess what? I might as well go at it too. So now you have 2 batsmen who is hitting it out the middle. We have fielders who's not taking any catch. So it's winding down to be a very interesting game here.
140 for 2. Still needing another. There goes another 4 down to cow corner. Well, that's overcovers. That's overcovers because it's Masood who is batting, so it's a left-hander.
Beautiful shot from Masood there. Just timing and he just pierced the field. Lucky to get away with that one. Only mistake Masood made there is getting it on the ground. He should have just lifted. It would be another 6, but luckily the fielder was in the way. Straight down the ground, 6 runs. Easy as ABC. Full toss, get the full treatment. Well, definitely I look like Trinidad does not have that fireworks of a bowling department here. You know, all of the bowlers been going at 10 and above per over. Not good for them. Still haven't find that magic of a bowler with that magic spell. They definitely need it at this point.
151 for 2. Guyana chasing 246 for 7. Rahman is on 28. Masood Mohammed. Nelson 111. It's on 3 legs. 111 from 40 balls. It's Kumar. The man Kumar would bowl 2 over for 34 runs. Singh, who is bowling, is
South. Abinash.
He had number 7 on his back, and number 7 is Brandon Singh. Brandon Singh.
that was played in the covers. There's a fielder there. 151 for 2. Guyana have a target of 247 made by Trinidad and Tobago. Down in the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago was beaten by Jamaica inside 3 days. 3. Today's the last day.
They finished yesterday.
Yeah,
The game finished yesterday. It finished in the first 2 days.
finished yesterday. Today's the last day. But I think Trinidad are still in the hunt. That's a massive 60 here by Masood.
Should be caught.
No,
Yes,
he's out caught.
Well, this time the catch is finally taken.
That's a
Down and
very
long
good
and
knock. Very good knock there by Mohammed.
Look on the number for the person who take that.
how any man in play all the while. Max. Yeah, Max is the one who take that catch. You know, Max is an experienced cricketer, a good catcher. Yeah. So Max is a man who shows that this is how you take a catch. You know, Max been around cricket for a long time and he relaxed under that one. He didn't panic or anything. He catch it at high level. So very good catch from Max to dismiss Mohammed, who have made 111. So good batting from Mohammed. Good catch there from Max, who is on the long on boundary. Run in and take a comfortable catch. So now 3 wickets down for Guyana. 151 on the board. 11.4 overs been bowled. Is this the turning point? Are they going to find a replacement like Max? Not Max, but Mohammed. So another left-hander in. This one straight down here.
You can't dive on this. You can't dive on this. You can't dive on this. Could be a catch, but it have to go down. But not on this. Yeah. So while the score remains at 152 for 3, Guyana, with the loss of the wicket of Mohammed, the new batsman is his brother, Riyadh. And it seems like he gonna continue what his brother had left off. Well, that is Rahman. He moves on to 34 on the score to Well, that's a 6. It's scored to 158 for a 3.
Well, Rahman will definitely have to be the one to carry on here from Mohammed. You know, Mohammed was going at strike rate 277. Rahman is like a strike rate of about 140. So he knows if we're going to continue in the chase and continue to go the way they were going, he will definitely have to elevate his game. And we have seen him going great so far, you know, getting the odd boundaries, you know, picking up a single here and there, but mostly getting sixes. That's what's needed right now. So after 12 overs, the score is 158 for 3. That's Guyana chasing 246 made by Trinidad and Tobago. And he's bowled. So the brother of Masood is now going back to the stand. So both left-handers back in the stand. So the captain is going in. Will be a little disappointed. You can see he's showing us the shot that he should have played, but then he'll have to come back another day for that one. That's gonna happen today. Bold. So I believe Rahman will have to play a vital innings here. You know, it's 34 from 24. Strike rate 141, but the required run rate is 11.4. So he just definitely have to just keep up. You know, getting at least 2 boundaries per over, a single here and there, and they should be still in search of victory. Even though we can see the fall of the two brothers have definitely affected the run rate. Trinidad and Tobago may get a little bit motivated here. You know, earlier they were definitely on the back foot. Simple mean Mohammed was hitting them all over the park. I think they got a little bit too carried away or relaxed with that 246 that they had on the board and got 2 wickets right in the beginning in the first over. But Masood came out firing off all cylinders. Showed them that, guess what? It is not all lost. 2 wickets down doesn't mean anything. That one is a wide delivery down the leg side that puts the Guyana score to 159 for 4. So another left-hander in. Beautiful shot here. Down to the man at cover, deep cover boundary. Only a single. So now put Rahman back on strike, and he's the more seasoned of the two batsmen. That one is gone, gone with the wind. So Rahman definitely the player here who definitely knows what is required. You know, pushing up his strike rate to 160. He's on 40 runs from 25 deliveries. Going again, and this one could be taken here. Will it be? Yes, it is taken. So another big hitter is back in the pavilion. Rahman, that is. So now we're gonna have two new batsmen at the crease. Does this make the turnaround that Trinidad and Tobago was awaiting? So Trinidad and Tobago definitely see the seriousness of this game, and they realize that, you know, if they joke around, it could be taken away from them. And I would say given away, because Masood make 100, but within that 100 he had 3 drop catches. And if they had taken those catches, probably the game would have been over by now. But it is cricket as we say. Anything can happen on any day, even though we said earlier that this total of 246 is going to be a mountain. A mountain it is, but guess what? We saw Mohamed Masous came out and he did take on the bowlers from every end. You know, getting 100, having a strike rate of up to 277. So D. Kumar definitely being the wicket taker here. He have 2 wickets to his name. So he, yep, after bowling some shaky overs in there earlier, he came back at the back end here and, you know, deliver for the Trinidad and Tobago team, getting 2 very good wickets. So Gupta, the man of the moment for the Trinidad team, he made 133 from just 50 deliveries. Well, the ball is now being entrusted in his hand. Let's see what he does with it. Well bowled so far, very good delivery. If he bowl as good as he bat, then Trinidad and Tobago may find themselves in the driver's seat.
Put some garbage in out of the cars. When everybody come and drop them garbage.
See how you do it. Edge. They're running away down to the boundary. 4 runs. That one should be taken. It's easily taken there at third man. Not third man, but out by point. So easy catch. So good comeback here by Trinidad. 3 quick wicket. And this could make the difference. Looking at the bowlers, it seems like I could come back in the bowling, man. It's don't tear away bowler.
No, stay where you are. Stay where you are, please. I think you did a very good job sitting in the chair and yeah.
You was going at about 30 point something.
Score is 172 for 6 Guyana. Chasing 246 for 7 made by Trinidad and Tobago. You got Ashok touches at the crease at the moment is in 2 and S. Mohammed and 1. So Kumar went about 3 overs for 44 runs with 2 wickets. Gupta is in his second over for 35 runs with 1 wicket. 174 for 6 Guyana up against Trinidad and Tobago. But I must remind you that the next game coming up.
What is this? Gupta have the ball in his hand, the man is out of the crease, and Gupta is looking to throw it at the other end. What a cricket.
The next game coming up is World 11 will be going up against India. Should I say World 11 going up against Big Bad India, Team India.
It's gonna be a big game this afternoon or tonight. You know, the lineup is looking quite strong for both teams. I see Joyce Dale coming back from US
You know,
assignment coming in for the World 11. You know,
I saw Drysdale last week bowling to some other cricketers, and I could see the umpire was just pushing them off because they were back into the umpire and the square leg.
well, that's why I was mentioning that me and the cricket. We want to see some of these tearaway fast bowlers. You know, as a fast bowler, that's what you want to see. So, you know, it would be good to see what Joyce Dale have to offer this evening or tonight.
I can see Team India is over there doing some warming up.
And that's about cricket. It's all about what you do off the field. You know, you take it on the field later. You know, so practices they become perfect. So India is a disciplined team. You know, whether it's a local team or the international team, they know what it takes to win. You know, they know in terms of discipline, you know, hard work, they'll put it in. So we see them on the other side of the scoreboard there, and they're all working out, you know, getting their game together. World 11, I know I saw a few of the players around. This one.
That was a rear 6 hit by S. Mohammed. Score is 183 for 6. They are in the 15th over. They still have a required run rate of 11.6. And the run rate at the moment is 12.6. So it's still in reach of the batting team Guyana. But again, with the batsman that is there, it doesn't seem like they're gonna push it just as much as the batsman that's out. And here goes another massive 6.
That one is gone miles. So you say,
Did I talk too early?
I would say you talk just a little bit too early because this batsman here, he have hit 2 beautiful 6 straight out the middle. He looks confident. So this may be the magic ticket they have in the middle here. Batting quite well. Bowl this time. Went for that.
And he bowled him. Guyana now 189
Big swing
for
outside
6.
the half stump. Bold. I think he was trying to go 1 too much there.
So Mohammed has been bowled for 15 by Kumar. Kumar now picked up his third wicket.
He's quite expensive, but he's the only one really getting wickets at regular interval.
I must remind you that coming next week, Onfield.tv will be back. I'm just filling in for Onfield.tv with Mr. Paul Mowat, who is went on an engagement that he was unable to cancel. So, but he will be back next week. So while you got TV and Cricket Power Play is an and at the moment, it will be on Field TV. I must say big up to Paul Mowat. And how can I forget a part of the crew is Mr. David Maitland. Guyana 189, make that 190 for 7.
That was a giveaway. It was a full toss down the leg side. Just fortunate for him that he didn't get full hold of that one. That could have been a 6, but instead resulted in a 4. But bad delivery. Don't want to bowl those delivery at this time of the game. Not at this stage, when it is this close. So they're getting ready to spin the toss for this encounter between India and Royal 11. We hear they're calling out Ricky Naya and Antonito Scott. As this one is over, there'll be another game, guys, so don't go away. TVN Power Sports definitely gonna bring you the next game live. So bold, beautiful delivery. So another wicket down here. That's now 8 wickets down, 194 on the board. So Guyana is not, I would say, in a spot of bother. They just need not to lose any more wicket. And if they're gonna get to this total, then they have to be finding the boundary at least twice over. Because the required run rate is not that much, 11.8, almost 12 runs over. Simple mean 3 4s, they get there.
Well, I can see the fat lady walking on into the park at the moment.
Well, the fat lady definitely would have heard about that innings from Mohammed. He was hitting the ball all over the park, over the fence, over the stream, you know, and he was doing that consistently. Trinidad bowlers, they did not know how to bowl at him, and he took advantage of those drop catches. 3 catches was put down. You know, some of them were like dolly.
That
You
was
wonder
a good
if
shot there
wonder
by Halley, who had just clipped that down to backward square leg in the fence for 4. And he's off the mark. The score is now 198 for 8, Guyana. Still needing just over, just about 50 at the moment.
another wicket down.
That's the ninth wicket down there for Guyana. 199 for 9.
Gupta, he did well with the bat. Now he's doing well with the ball. He's getting the wickets. And that's the important thing here. Don't worry about the runs that have been scored against him. The important thing, he's taking the wickets. He has 2 wickets to his name. And that have definitely put a dent in this Guyana team in terms of getting to that total 247. So just another wicket, and Trinidad and Tobago would claim this one. Just about 48 more runs, and Guyana could be in the champion seat. Let's see.
Extra, there's no extra water, but the water.
I don't have his name. I need his name.
So it's 199 for 9, and 16 overs already been bowled. 4 more overs to go. Run rate is 12 runs and over. So still a game on here. Only a wicket to fall, and it's game over for Guyana.
Hey, Mohammed. Okay. We got it. We got it. Got it. Got it.
So 199 for 9. And we're now into the start of the 17th over. So 4 overs to go. Just about 48 runs, or 47.
Brings it to the side. Could I get this too?
Could I get that too? Could I get it too? When I say misfield.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but that misfield should
So the
come
200
into it.
is on the board for Guyana. 200 runs,
Yeah.
and it's all over. So all over for Guyana, 200 all out in chase of that 246 for 7. Well, it was quite an interesting game, Tucker. We said that old lady or that fat lady will never arrive. They didn't. You know, even though Masood Mohammed make a chase of it, he got himself 100 plus, but still 47 runs shy of the total. But nevertheless, good batting. They had a lot of deliveries to go. It could have been, but they just didn't have the wicket in hand. And Trinidad and Tobago have taken this one comfortably. 246 for 7 was a mountain of a total. Proved too much for Guyana.
Yeah, well, it was a very interesting game to be make 246 and the Trinidad 246 for 7. Guyana reply with 200 for 10. It wasn't a bad fight, but it still comes up short. So we will be right back for the next game, which is World 11 will be going up against Team India. So we should be back in just a short while. Stay tuned, my friends, just about 15 minutes or so.